Okay, Chrissy, tell me your running story. How did you get started?
Yes, yes. So if we're going way back,
Yes.
I was let's see, an athlete in high school, and then I'm originally from Boston. So the Boston Marathon, obviously, it was like
Yes.
a yearly
Yes.
thing, go cheer, so fun. And I was like, oh my gosh, it'd be so amazing to run the Boston Marathon one day. So I just started like very casually running in college and then moved to Chicago 2011 right after school and was like, okay, I like literally like wrote down like here are like my grown-up goals. These are grown-up things I'm gonna do. I'm 21. Here I go, taking on the world. And put running the Boston Marathon on there. Started like like consistently trying to run and I would get sick. And I think it was due to a concussion in intramural sports in college. But I just couldn't. I would like black out, pass out, serious migraines, and
Oh,
was like, oh my gosh, okay, my dream is gone. I was like, like I literally cannot do this. I went to the
oh,
doctor, was like, okay, MRI, EKG, let's, okay, are there some meds you can give me? And he was like, well, probably don't run. Like, don't do high impact things and you'll be
mhm.
fine.
Oh.
So this is like 2011, 2012. Fast forward to last fall. Yeah, like September 2023. I am in a newer relationship and he invites me to go to a run club,
Hmm.
Tortugas, over in
Yes.
Pilsen. And I was like, oh, like I really don't know that I can do that. I had seen a chiropractor right before COVID, and he was like, oh, well, like maybe this would help you run, but life happened. I never started running.
Hmm.
And I was like, I don't know. So did the 2 miles and was like, oh my gosh, I feel good. I feel good in my body. My head doesn't hurt. I, like I'm still standing. This is amazing. And then we went that afternoon and he bought me a pair of running shoes. And
Here we
here we
are.
are.
Wait, what was the first pair of running shoes then? What did you get?
Gosh, okay. I he will slay me when he when he hears this because I'm like, oh my gosh, they were so beautiful. I call them my pink cloud shoes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh my
which
gosh, I
shows,
love this.
yes, like what a professional runner I am. They are Nike and they were pink and beautiful. And
Pink and beautiful. Yes, and you felt
uh,
good in them. I
yes,
love that.
yes,
I love that. So you went with a run club just to start, which is so bold and brave to like just show up at a run club having not run in a decade. Oh my gosh, that's
thank you,
amazing. So
thank
brave.
you,
I
thank
barely show up
you.
to run clubs now, and I've been running for 2 decades. You know, like that's just so brave of you. Um, and you do your 2 miles and you're like you go get your shoes and like what happened next? What did you decide to do?
Yes, this also feels like pretty on brand for me. I was like, this is amazing. I'm a runner now. This is this,
It's my whole personality. Yes.
this is what this is what I do. Here I go. And so then like downloaded the Nike Run Club app and was like, okay, they'll guide me through these runs. Like, I feel like me and Coach Bennett are friends basically
Mhm.
now. And just started running. It's like, okay, I'm gonna run 3 times a week. Like that's what I do now. And
Mhm.
so like would start like super I mean like literally was going like a mile 2 miles
Mhm.
like okay this is great I'm doing the thing and then October is the
Mm,
marathon.
yes.
I went out. I live on the south side, so walked over and I was kind of by like maybe 22, 23.
Oh, yeah.
And I got there later. I had like watched like the fast runners on TV that morning.
Mhm.
And then got there later. And so it's the people that are like really like trying to push through the finish. Like, can I get this
Yeah.
done before like, you know, the
The
machine
sweepers.
kind of,
Yeah.
yes, yes. And so I am just like cheering my little heart out. It's like, you guys are doing the damn thing. You're amazing. This is everything. Yes, yes, you can do this. When people would have their names on, I would get extra excited because I could hype them up, giving out high fives. And I was like, this is amazing. I'm a runner now. I'm going to run the marathon. I'm doing it. I'm doing
Yes.
it. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Like,
You're doing it.
done. This is it. And so literally went home and decided I'm gonna run. So I am signed up to run the Chicago Marathon for the first time
Yes.
in like 2.5 months. And I was like, I have to do the whole distance series. I'm a runner now.
Mhm.
This is what we do.
Yeah.
And so signed up, did the half, and signed up for the Shamrock Shuffle. So I guess I'm going
Yeah.
backwards in time, but
Mhm.
yeah. So this is my like first Chicago running season.
Yeah. Like full thing. Full thing.
Full,
Oh my gosh.
full thing.
So
Go big or go home.
like just flash backwards, just like right before you went into this 2 miler with Tortugas, like how would you have defined yourself before becoming a runner? Like, like what were you doing
Oh,
before? Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm
wait, that's
curious.
yes. Ooh, that's such a good question. I okay, my first answer is like nothing. I was doing nothing. Um, not accurate. I obviously was spending time doing things. I have a kid, so
Oh, man.
co-parenting,
Yeah.
doing the thing.
Hmm.
I work as a therapist, so I was
Yeah.
working. I was volunteering on a parenting like platform,
Yeah.
hanging with friends, but I wouldn't say that I had a this is so interesting what's coming up right now. That I had a
Yes.
regular way to care for myself and to show up
Oh,
for myself.
yes. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like it's just clicking for
Uh
you. Like, why did I want this so badly? Yeah.
yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, yeah, I like am noticing some parts of me that feel really tender in that. Like
Oh,
running
yes. Hold
really
them. Hold them.
is, right? Right? Like running is a way that I get to show up for myself.
Yeah. You're making me like
Yeah.
teary-eyed. I'm loving this revelation you're having with
Oh,
yourself right now. Yes.
thank
It
you.
is. It really is. I say it all the time. I've been around running a really long time. I obviously love it. I got a whole thing about it. I coach,
Yeah.
whatever. And for me, like my own personal running, I always say it's a practice. And I keep doing it even when I don't want to, or like my mind's not in it, or it just sucks. Cause like I want my
Yeah.
kid to see me keep that space for
Mm,
myself.
mm.
Like this is still my identity. I'm a
Yeah.
whole human being in my own right and not just your mom,
That part.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
love that. Cause it was like it's like you found running and it was like, yes, yes, give me all of
Yeah.
this. Give me all of this. Let it pour into
Yes.
me. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Truly.
loving this.
Truly.
I'm loving this. Okay. So, I mean, did like went hard from the beginning. You're like, okay, I'm doing the whole distance series, which does it start with the Shamrock Shuffle? It
Yeah.
starts.
Yeah.
And that's like a giant race to do as your first race. That's such
Yeah.
a huge race, like tens of thousands of people. Like so
Yes.
big.
Yes. That is accurate. I had no idea, to
Oh,
be
okay. Did
fair,
you wear
that it
green?
was so big. Did I? Did I even wear green? I wore green socks. Oh my gosh, wait, that is so funny. I'm like,
For people that like aren't in Chicago that
yes.
don't know the Shamrock Shuffle, it's like it's an 8K or like something really
Mm-hmm.
obscure, right? It's like
Yes, yes.
5
AK.
miles. Yeah,
Yep.
something totally obscure around downtown Chicago. after St. Patrick's Day, but still in
Yeah.
March, right?
Yes.
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 Yes. All of
Yes.
those things. Okay. And how did that race go for you?
It was so great. I was like,
Hmm.
I get it. I get it. Okay. Again, I probably will just reference Coach Bennett like he's my like
Hmm.
personal coach, but Coach Bennett says, we don't race to prove that we're runners. We race to celebrate that we're runners. And I was
Yes.
like, this feels like a celebration. Like we are just out here. I'm like everybody is here to do the thing. Like we are
Hmm.
all moving our bodies together, that like collective energy, that like hype, like this is amazing. A couple of my people came out to cheer, which like
Yes.
just like felt so fun to see them on the
Hmm. Hmm.
course. It's like, oh, I know I love words of affirmation. And also it is like so affirming how much I love
Yes.
it. Like seeing my people and hearing them like, oh my gosh, yeah. Like it just would give me another like pep in my step of like,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, I can do this. And I really just loved it. Like when I
Hmm.
started running, I was like, can I even run an 8K? Like I don't even know if that is
Yeah.
possible. And so
Yeah.
to do it and get to the finish line, it's like, oh my gosh, I did it.
Hmm.
Like
Yes.
I like did the hard thing
Hmm.
and made it through. There was a moment where, so you go like, which is very rude, right at the end of the race, you like go up this hill
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
turn, and then that is where the finish line is. Mm. It's like I knew the route, but I didn't like in my brain know there's a hill there because when you drive the
Mm.
hill, it doesn't feel like a
It
hill.
doesn't seem like a hill. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But when you're running, it was like, oh my gosh. And so this guy was like clearly coaching his friend up and was like, you can do this. You can do this. We're going to be up this hill in 2 minutes. You can push for 2 minutes. And I was like, yeah, yeah, me too. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we got this. We got this. And it's just like the running community is so kind. Like,
Hmm.
literally don't know who he is, was not talking to me, and it just was like such like beautiful like camaraderie, and he just looks at me and he was like, yeah, yeah, and I was like, okay, okay, I got this. So it was a hit. It was a hit. I loved it. It was amazing. So amazing.
Amazing. Okay, and so I'm trying to remember because I am not a great road runner and don't do the races in Chicago for road running. But so after the Shamrock Shuffle, you do the half, right? You do the Bank of America
Yes,
half. Yes, which is in
yes.
May. When is it?
June. Yeah.
June. Okay, yeah, yeah, beginning of June, right? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Ooh. It was
So
hot.
I it was hot. It was very hot. I
Yeah.
also hit what some would call a speed bump, what others would call
Mm.
a fuck this sucks. What's happening? Because I got shin splints in
Oof.
April.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
yeah. Um, and I'm like, I like to think I am like a pretty tough cookie. Like I can handle
Oh,
a good amount of pain. And this was like wake you up in your sleep kind of pain. And
yeah.
what is this bullshit? What is happening? Like,
Hmm.
what's the deal? What's going on? So I'm like,
Yeah.
like trying to do all the research, like, okay, I am here for the power through, push through the pain, rally,
Yeah.
like great, I got this. And then also in talking to some of the people in the run club. Oh, I also joined on the 9 run
Oh,
club.
yeah. Yeah.
They launched in February, I think, of
Yeah.
2024. And so
Yeah.
I went to their first like inaugural run day.
Yeah.
And so they were all so supportive, also getting like to the Shamrock, doing the thing. And so when I was like, y'all, does anyone ever experience like this level of pain? Like, what? I don't like, I am here for if I just got a rally. Like, is this what we do? And they're like, you should probably rest. Like, because you actually could then like make it worse.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, cool, cool, cool. In my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna rest for a week and it's gonna be fine. Turned into like weeks of being
Yeah.
like this is not it. This is not it. So I really didn't even know if I could run the half
Hmm.
because I'm like I don't know. Like will my body be ready?
Hmm.
Will I be able to? And so like that, then just brought up all kinds of stuff like, oh my gosh, here's this thing that I'm doing, and now can I even do it? But I love it. Like, why is this being taken from me? Like, just all the
All of it.
things,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the things. And so it's like, okay, my like the pain kind of started to dwindle at the end of May. It's like, okay, I've only run 8 miles is the longest I had ever run. But it's like, okay, talk to some people like, no, like you can do it. You can do
Hmm.
it. Like you do not think about the time. Do not think about your pace. Like just move and see
Yeah.
how you feel. And so that's what I did. And I literally was like recording myself every mile to be a little like accountability, like, okay, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm still running. This is how I'm feeling. I'm gonna keep going. Friends, like we are going to make it, you know, did the stop, the stretch. They have like a spray pain zone, which I was like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh, this is funny. Okay, running life. I'm here for you. Just randomly spraying me down with I don't know what, but like you
Yeah.
say it's gonna get rid of my pain, so sure. Sure. Um Again, so fun. So
Hmm.
like so fun in the midst of being like yeah, okay, yeah, still noticing some pain. Way, way better, way slower than my like original like plan, when I first started
Hmm.
training. And I did it. I
Hell yeah.
finished. I loved it and was like, like, like this is it. This is it.
Yeah.
I'm showing up for me in
Hmm.
this.
Hell yeah. I love it. How are your shin splints now?
They were in a really great place, and then they have been in a less great place.
Mm.
So,
Hmm.
ooh, I'm a little like, do I need like a little, like another rest window? But I am
Yeah.
also like, okay, we're at the beginning of August. I don't know that I have time for a rest window.
Yeah, because you're like the 20 miler is coming up for you soon, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In eight, I think like 8 weeks is the
Mm-hmm.
20,
Okay.
is the 20
You
mile.
got time. You got time. You got time. And so your training, how much of it is with group runs and how much is solo?
Yeah, great question. Uh, so I typically run on my own twice a week. And then
Hmm.
sometimes I'll just like reach out to someone in like the Chicago running world and
Hmm.
be like, hey, I'm doing this run at this random time, also trying to like factor it in with my co-parenting life and a work life and
Yeah.
also Chicago summer
Yes.
life
Hmm.
is not for running.
It's not for you.
I which typically I love summer. I love summer. It's the greatest thing ever. Running in the summer
Hmm.
is not it. Is not it. And then okay, sorry, back to the question groups. So then usually usually I run at least once a week with a group. Sometimes twice a week
Hmm.
if I can, which is fun. Um yeah.
In what ways have you found that running has impacted your not running life? Like, how has running impacted the other facets of your life?
My gosh. Such a good question. Oh man. Okay, for one, the oh, I'm like feeling tender in this moment. like the sweetness of the Chicago runners is just like they're just so generous and so kind and yeah. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like building real friendships. I'm like, I'm a grown up and I'm making new friends. And it just, yeah, it has been really, yeah, like that part has been really, really meaningful
Mhm.
to me.
Which like, you probably didn't expect. You didn't think, oh, I'm going to become a runner
Oh my
and get
gosh.
like new best friends.
No, no, not at all. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do the thing. So yeah, so that has been like just like such a beautiful surprise. I'm like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, like y'all like really care. Like for real. This is amazing. Um yeah, so that has been really beautiful. It has really it has really invited some different parts of me to
Mhm.
uh let me say it this way, invited me to be aware of different parts of me that are still like very, very present.
Yeah.
Like the part of me that like really compares myself to other people.
Mhm. Mhm.
And like really noticing like when I would it's like earlier, it just feels funny to be like earlier in my running journey, 7 months ago, but but also earlier in my running journey, I would you know, because everyone's their own pace, their own training, who even knows what everyone's doing. But someone would run by me on the path. I usually run on the lakefront
Mhm.
and was like, I would be like, oh my gosh, they look at them, they're so good, they're so fast. Oh my gosh, I'm so slow. Why am I even running? Oh my gosh. And just like noticing, like, oh, okay, okay, comparison part. Like, I see you. Like, you are feeling quite concerned. Like, we actually don't know this person. We actually don't know their training. Like, yes, they're running faster in this moment. Maybe
Mhm.
because Coach Bennett is in their ear telling them to pick it up to a 9. Who knows? Maybe they just are faster than you. And like that just
Yeah.
like that just is reality. And so like really like spending some time with this part of me, becoming so much kinder and more compassionate
Mhm.
has been really cool to see the way like that part has really softened in me.
Mm.
And so like not only in like running life, but as I think about my career and what I want next for myself, not comparing myself to other therapists and what they're doing or like if I'm like good enough, but really
Mhm.
saying like how do I like really like live from a place that is true to me and true to who
Mhm.
I am and like move from that rather than being like, okay, what is everyone else doing? How do I measure up to that? Okay, like where do I need to adjust myself to fit? I'm like,
Mhm.
this this is who I am. This is how I'm showing up.
Yeah.
This is how I want to grow because it's important to me.
Mhm. Yes. I love everything
Yeah.
about that. I love everything about that. I have two thoughts on it. One, I'm bad because if I every single time, and I do this like if I'm on a car or if I'm running, if I see someone running faster than me, I literally always say, they're not going as far as me. Like literally every time. I'm such a
Oh my
jerk for
gosh,
that, but that's how I handle it.
love that so much.
I love, they're not going as far as me. It's fine. It's fine. They're not going as far. They're probably just doing 2 miles. I'm such a jerk about it in my head. It's like reverse comparison. Like it's probably not healthy either, you know. Like, oh, I have to put them down to raise myself up. You know, it's not good.
Oh my gosh.
Or then it's also like if
Oh.
I, I would tell my athletes and I'd tell people and even myself, like, oh, no one's paying attention to you running. Like, no one is. I am. if I am about this city and I see a runner, I am watching you. I am like looking at your form. I'm looking at your outfit. I am, so watch out for me. I'm out there judging just on a high
Gosh, Meg,
scale.
I am sizing you up. If you see me seeing you, no, I'm sizing you up.
Mm. That's funny. And then when I'm out running, and I want you to keep an eye on this because I'm doing like some scientific research about it. When
Oh,
you're running and you see other runners and you see a woman runner, she is always in running gear. Always. Dudes will run in whatever. They will run in jeans, they will run in basketball shorts,
huh.
they will run in, like, you're going to start noticing this. Women always in running gear, dudes whatever. Whatever. Yeah, pay attention. Like,
Oh,
you'll start noticing this as a thing.
so interesting. I literally am like, even like imagining people on my run this morning. I'm like, huh, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's a very interesting thing, and I've been like tallying it for a while. And then too, like, I love this thing that, yes, I love the running community for exactly the reasons you're saying, because if you get in with the right run clubs, which you clearly did, and I love, like, they're so welcoming. And it's somebody that like gives a shit about your hobby and gives a shit about you by
Yeah.
association. But it's also like, we all will reminisce in adulthood about like, oh man, I just can't make friends the same way I could when I was younger or in
Mm,
college. And it's
mm-hmm.
because you don't hang out the same way with adults. You don't spend hours together.
Right.
But in running, you do.
Yes.
You spend that like forced intimate
Yeah.
time together that allows the space for those friendships to like blossom and
Y-
grow. And like, if I'm sitting here and you're like talking, I'm sitting here, I'm
Yes.
like,
Yes.
man, I think I only have like a couple close friends that aren't runners at this point, like a couple. And they're like friends that I've just known like a really long time. I
Okay.
don't have any
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
friends that aren't runners. Like, if you're a new friend, you're a runner, like 100%.
Wait, that is so wild. It does. We
Yeah.
were joking because some of us were like at our on the nine on Saturday and then say run club on a Sunday. And we're
Mm.
like, I don't see my other friends twice in one weekend
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Ever.
What? Like, but here we
Ever.
are, multiple hangs, doing the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like,
It's
oh,
like amazing.
yeah.
Okay, so on your runs, you do Nike Run Club. Do you listen to anything while you're running? Do you do music? Do you do podcasts?
Yes, yes. Today I actually did both. One
Oh, yes.
one was for learning for work, so not like a fun podcast.
Mhm. Yeah.
But it was like, all right, well let me get some intake. And I was like, okay, I'm done with that.
Yeah.
And then put on just like a Spotify hype running mix. So kind of just like
Mm.
mixes up
Whatever.
whatever. Sometimes I'll do like uh some of the like the different like ones that like run like actual like runners make or like the Nike Run
Yeah.
Club
Yeah.
mix. But unless I'm running with people, I'm listening to
Mhm.
something.
Mhm. And when
Unless
you're
it's a
running with
short
people,
run.
are you the talker or are you the listener in the running situation?
Ooh, I would say both.
Yeah.
I would say both, unless we're going like real fast. And
Mhm.
then I'm like, I can't. I can't. I cannot talk. I will listen to whatever you want to say and I'll like pop a question over, but like, whew, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's funny to me is like you went to the Chicago Marathon and were motivated by it, but I know that mile you were at, and that's like a sufferfest of mileage. Like that mile,
Yeah.
everyone has hit the wall. People are puking, people are passing out, people are stopping to
Yeah.
stretch and rub, and they're cramping. Like, it is not a beautiful part of the course, that anyone wants like photographed or anything. Like, it's carnage. And you went to the carnage and you thought, yes, this is me. I will be part of this. Like, because like, it's not like you went to the beginning or you went to like the finish line or, maybe mile 5 and people are still feeling like I always go to like mile
Yeah.
8. So everyone's still feeling usually pretty good around mile 8. That's where I hang out. But you're
Mm.
you're at a Sufferfest and you were like, yes, this is what I need in my life. Like, like that was the inspirational part for you. It's so interesting to me. And I love it that you were like that. And also that like you already recognized that there would be hardship in it and that it was not going to be an easy
Mm,
thing, you know? And
yeah.
I
Yeah.
appreciate you just leaning into that because I know a lot of people obviously that have come into running and gotten shin splints and then just go, I can't run, I have shin splints, which is like not how it works. Like you can very much work past shin splints and recover from shin splints and
Yes.
never have them again in your life. It is something that affects newer runners, right? And so I love that you're just like, no, I'm going to keep running. I'm going to figure this out because you're going to run Chicago Marathon. Are you running Chicago for a charity or did you get just like a spot in Chicago?
You know, I applied for Chicago. I did not
Hmm.
get a spot. And so
Yeah.
I was I was mad. Who I was mad at, I don't know. I don't know. It
The
was like,
lottery?
this is so stupid. I'm a runner now. I'm running the marathon. Why would you let me in? Why didn't you know? This is my first time. So so, once I got over being mad at the man, um my boyfriend was like, well, you should probably pick a charity. It's like,
Hmm.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I just want to run it. It's like, well, that's now the only option. So,
Yeah.
hmm.
Hmm.
So I am running for Urban Initiatives,
Okay.
which
Tell me more.
I actually love. Yes. So I had not heard of them until I was looking at the list and was like, okay, I need a charity that I actually am inspired by. And so they
Hmm.
are local to Chicago and they focus on bringing sport to under-resourced communities. So
Hmm.
that is a lot on the south and west sides of
Yeah.
Chicago to Black and Brown, primarily communities.
Hmm.
And I was like, yes, that is it. I love it. So I'm like, there is just mm, like so much good that happens in moving your body, being on a team, pushing yourself to do something that you didn't know you can do, learning how to be coachable and accept
Hmm.
feedback. Like there's
Hmm.
just so much good that comes from playing sports.
Hmm.
And so I was like, yep, that's the one. So I am almost halfway toward my fundraising goal.
Nice.
So yeah, so that has been like a little tricky because another part, I don't love asking for help. So
Mm.
that has been tricky and good to push myself.
Hmm.
To be like, hey, join me in supporting these awesome kids in our city. But I
Yes.
really, and even as I learned more about the organization, I really like them. So that
Yeah.
just feels settling for me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. You're like, okay, this isn't just I had to tie myself to this to get in the marathon, but like, oh, I actually like believe in this initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, so it is August 1st. Your marathon
Yes.
is 2.1 months away, right?
Yep.
Very
Yep, it
close.
is.
Very close.
Yes. Yes.
How do you think you're going to feel when you cross the finish line?
Oh my gosh. I That is wild. I haven't thought about that. But it's like,
Whoa.
I know. For all my hype, I'm in this, we're doing this. But
You
literally,
want to be
as
at
soon as
mile
you,
20. That's the problem.
oh my gosh, as soon as you asked that question, it was like my heart just leapt forward. Of like,
Yes.
oh, I think so much pride in
Hmm.
yeah, I did it. I finished. I think I'm gonna feel excited, and I think I'm gonna feel like back when I used to play basketball, coach would say leave it all on the court. I think I'm gonna feel like I did the damn thing.
Mm, yes.
No matter what it looks like time wise,
Hmm.
I feel like I've been able to kind of have that part of me stepped to the side a bit. Like, you've got to figure out how to be the best. You got to do the best job. You got to do the best job. Um,
Mhm.
that will be to the side, but that I will have finished. And I think I'll be really excited to see my fellow runners.
Yeah. Yes. But my toddler has decided to join me in the room. Hello, Juniper. They're going to play cars behind me,
No,
apparently.
no.
They just learned how to open a door this week.
Oh, yep, that's
We
the
did.
time. Yep.
We didn't teach them. We've not encouraged it.
Oh.
But they do know how to open a door now. They're very cute. They're very cute.
Oh, so
I'm
sweet.
excited for you to do it. I think the coolest thing about you just don't get that accomplishment anywhere. You don't get it anywhere else in life.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just so cool. And it's Chicago is so special. And like I would say probably any major marathon where you truly have crowd support the whole time. Like I'm sure Boston is just as magical.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's amazing. And it puts you through all the different neighborhoods in the city. It's so glorious and so fun. Yeah, it's my favorite thing about running that I come back to is like, yeah, the runners are great. Like it's inspirational, but the people that come out to support someone else's hobby, someone else's dream,
Yeah.
someone else's accomplishment. It's just really like it's like your family, friends, supporters are gonna come on the course. They're taking time out of their lives. And I
Yes.
just like think like
Yes.
that's such a beautiful thing. Like that's such a beautiful thing. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
excited for you. I'm
Thank
gonna be on the
you.
course. I'll tell you where I'm at. I'll like hit you
Oh my
up. This
gosh.
is where I'm
Wait,
gonna be.
please.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm usually around
Yes.
like I'm like, where do you turn around? Like you head north and you turn around.
Okay.
I'm at that
Yeah.
turnaround up there, which is like mile 7 or 8. I forget exactly where it's at.
Oh my
Yeah, but I'll be
gosh.
up there
Amazing. Okay.
ready as like a marker to cheer you on. It's gonna be amazing. I'm really
I
excited
love
for you.
it.
And then you can come on afterwards,
Thank
after you've done
you.
your marathon and see where you're going next. I mean, I'll tell you, that's what happens after you do this. You're like the next day you go through like almost like a depression. Like, yeah, I did it, but like, what am I doing now? Like post race blues. So a lot of you, like within like 24 to 48 hours, you sign up for your next race, right? You're like, okay, well, I did that.
Gosh.
So
Like, on to the next one. Here we go.
yeah, here we go. You're a runner now. You're a runner now.
I'm a runner.
Yeah,
And I love
just who
it.
you are. I love that you love it so much.
Yes.
Honestly, like I've been around running so long. That your like joy of it and your energy for being like that's like I'm gonna carry that into my runs. Like I'm gonna carry that into my runs this week of
Mm.
like how I felt when I first found running. And I still have a lot of joy in running, obviously so, but like this
Yeah.
is like motivating me.
Oh,
I love it.
oh,
I love it. I'm excited to see you finish. I'm excited to see you finish and that you're
thank
just part of this
you.
community now.
Thank you. Me too.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Chrissy, thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with me today. I appreciate you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for having me, Allie. This is so, so beautiful. And I'm excited for one day when I can be like, yeah, I've been in this for a couple decades. Like, I'm just
Yeah,
loving
it's
that you're
it's pretty
like,
cool.
yeah, I've been in it. Like, there's something inspiring in that piece too.
Yeah, yeah. You're like, okay, that's a goal. That's a goal to achieve
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you,
Yes.
Christy.